Welcome to Everyting Irie TV UK Drummers Special Edition. And this is season 1. On this podcast, we will be talking to drummers who have made an impact in gospel and secular. Some have played for world-renowned artists, some are even artists themselves. Today, my guest has played for the likes of Faith Child, Kano, he's the current drummer for Bashi, Kano, Maynard, Mr. Easy, Gets, Wes Nelson, just to name a few. Please put your hands together for Junior, or as known as Extraordinary.
You say it, my guy.
Aye.
Finally.
Say finally.
I apologize for the...
Do you know how long I've been trying to get this guy for? It's been a hot minute, but you're here.
Well, the Bible says forgive.
I forgive him.
Thank you. I love
Yeah, man. So I just want to say thank you for taking the time out
bro.
to be on this podcast.
Come on.
There's a lot to talk about.
Too many.
There's a lot that I'm going to learn from you today as well. So this is one of my best friends. So there's a few things that I do know about him.
Yeah.
But he is full of surprises. He's full of surprises. So let's get into it, man. Yeah. So how did you get into drumming, and what was it about the drums that you were like, you know what, I don't want to do bass, I don't want to do the piano,
Yeah.
I want to do the drums. How did it all come about?
Well, first of all, being born in the family that I'm in, we are always playing music. Yeah. We've got our own traditional Sierra Leone music or the Nigerian music, but I feel like on my mum's side, it was a lot more of a country music, but we were very into rhythm and dancing. So I feel like I was kind of born into rhythm, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then when I was a child, I remember my dad used to play all type of genres of music, like rock. He played a lot of Queen. He would sing it as well. He used to be in the choir. My dad used to be in the choir back then.
Okay.
He used to be in the choir, so he was kind of very involved, but again, not many musicians or...
I didn't even know.
Yeah, he was in the choir, bro. Yeah, man. So I feel like my dad he actually played a good part of making me love music. Yeah. And then guess what? My dad recorded the cassette for the Michael Jackson Dangerous tour.
The VHS tapes, we have to record it.
Press
the red button.
To this.
Yeah. All of that.
You know what I mean?
Goodness.
Bro, when I say to you, yeah, I watched that, and I remember as a child, bro, and I saw Michael Jackson just come out of nowhere and just stand still for
5 minutes.
Bro, and grown men fainting.
Yeah, bro. It was peak.
There was no social media at the time, you know.
I know.
He was still till now.
No, it's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
You know what I'm saying? So I watched the gig, bro. I swear to you, he's the reason why I wanted to be on stage. But I didn't know how. But I just wanted to experience.
Who was playing? Was it Sugarfoot or Ricky Lawson?
Ricky Lawson. So Ricky Lawson was the drummer for the Bad Tour, which is one of my favorite tours.
Yes.
And he did Dangerous Tour.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. So he did that. He did that, and bro, you see me play. Yeah. I feel like he's my hero, bro. His energy, he's smiling, the whole band, bro. Energy. And then plus Michael. Electric. I was so glued to the TV, bro. Then from that to copying his moves, dancing everywhere.
Yeah, of course. I think we all done it though.
Yeah, I've done as is. So that was really the pinnacle of oh my days. But growing up where I grew up, I lived in Brixton, so it's just you see that, it's it's just a dream. You know what I mean?
But before we get to that,
yeah,
when you was growing up,
yeah,
did you play in church?
Well, my uncle was a blessing, to be fair, because I actually didn't play in church. I would go to church, but these times I'm only going to church because my parents. It's a by force thing, innit?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? But I was always I was very fascinated of the drums. Funny enough, you mentioned this actually. That's how me and G Legend met. Stephen G Legend.
So you met as kids?
We met as kids. We've known each other since kids.
Okay. Shout out to Stephen.
Shout out to Stephen Young, for sure. So his dad, an amazing musician, bro. Him and his dad. And his mum used to would sing sometimes. So that's how we met. The church was Zoe Ministries at the time. And this guy, at this age, killing. I just remember doing just in service, bro. I'm just watching him. And while the pastor's like, yeah, close your eyes and pray, I'm just like,
I'm just focusing
on Stephen, bro. And yeah, that was really it. And I was like, oh, wow, okay, cool. But shout out to my uncle, like, he was really like the main guy. And he realized that I did have a gift for it, but I just, you know, when you're unsure, you know, when you get like a superpower, you just don't know how to handle it.
Yeah.
That's really what it felt like. And at the time, my parents didn't know what to do with me. And it's like, you want to play drums? So, okay.
Because I was going to say, was there any like local musicians or any local drummers?
I didn't know anyone except for Stephen, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't blessed enough like how everyone is blessed to like say that, oh, I've known this person or I'm connected to this person. I forgot to mention this. Big shout out to Mike, little Mike. Do you know why? Because we were born in the same area. So when we both found out we were drummers and we both found out, because we were young, super young, we were going to school, we always link each other in the ends. And then most people don't know this story actually. I used to hide my drumsticks from the man them. Because it wasn't cool then, bro.
What?
Yeah, bro. I would hide it, bro. And on a Sunday, like that was when, it was thanks to my uncle. He now got me to actually have a chance to play in church. But imagine this now, yeah? I have a story. We've got too many stories, but
No, go ahead, man.
so my uncle finally got me a position for me to play in church. Guess what? Now I'm like, yeah, ready, cool. These times they don't tell you songs they're gonna do. You just go and you play in it.
Of course,
bro. It was in some African tune. I just wasn't getting it right. Imagine I'm African, you know, but it wasn't the normal like African rhythm. It was the traditional, and I'm like, okay, no, it's not working. One of the girls I fancied in church was there. It was bad. And I got taken off. Oh, yeah. So, just. And then the older person came on and I was just like...
That's happened to the best of us though, hasn't it?
It has.
But I do find that it's a learning curve.
No,
it's like,
ambling.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen again.
Exactly.
Getting kicked off the drums?
Yeah.
What? Nah.
Facts, bro. But he gave me their encouragement. So... at these times as well, bro, I wasn't getting the money, nothing. Like, I couldn't even afford drumsticks, bro. But he would always buy me drumsticks, encourage me. It's okay, you know, if you get told off to go off the drums, come back. So I just kept on learning. Then I got to a situation, man, got promoted.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I remember looking at the girl that I fancied and like,
I'm back.
But you know what? It's great. And I feel like, no, I don't feel like, I know that it was a blessing from God because that was my way of connecting to God through drums, bro.
Because that was going to be my next question. Yeah. When did you know that I have a gift for this? Was it through a church experience like that? Was it through a conversation? Or was it just through a moment where you were like, you know what? This is my gift that I've got a gift. Then you recognize that and you knew that, okay, I have a gift. I have something special.
I think it'll be Pimlico, you know? It's cool.
All right.
Yeah, because, again, you're from ends. You don't really know how to maneuver yourself and you want to be the cool kid and whatnot, but everyone's rapping, everyone like was singing, but to say you play drums wasn't really cool. But I remember... shout out to my school teacher, Miss Sims, who I love dearly, Miss Hudson, Mr. Francis. Mr. Francis used to get on oh my God, we used to argue, bro. Like, bro, but he really saw the best in me. Yeah. So they would always encourage me, like, stop getting in silly trouble or not, blah, blah, blah. And Miss Hudson would always encourage me, like, go play some drums or go and do this, go mingle with musicians. And I'm like, yeah, but they're not cool.
As you can see, I've got this lovely t-shirt here, as well as others. Tracksuit, jumpers, t-shirts, you name it. If you want to get yours, just go to www.kingsimagedesigns.co.uk. And if you want a discount, just type Everyting Irie for a discount. Walk in love, walk in grace, walk in fashion. Peace.
I don't know, something just kind of clicked. And also that drums and music for me was like therapy, because when I was in school, sometimes I felt like I was misunderstood a lot. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of react to things differently from everybody else.
Yeah.
And then also like really and truly drums really got me out of trouble. So started to practice, started to connect with all these great musicians.
This year 10, year 11?
Bro, this is like probably year 7, I think, going up.
Yeah.
And I think, I can't remember what year it was, but then, because it's a long story, innit? I'm trying to cut it short. We had a competition that we did. We did some competition in Birmingham. And then we were all like rehearsing and whatnot. And then we went over to Birmingham and then we did the competition and then we actually won. Oh, wow. And I was like, oh. And they were like, yeah, cool. So whoever wins performs in Royal Albert Hall. Bro, I didn't know what Royal Albert Hall was. I'm from Brixton, bro. I'm from what's that, bro? So everyone was all excited. Oh my God, like they're losing their mind. I'm just like, what's... Bro, I get to Royal Albert Hall.
Blew your mind, didn't it?
I was like, what am I doing here? This is nuts.
Bro.
And I think I was so young. And I even got the picture, bro, it's mad. I've even got the picture on my phone, yeah? I've even got the picture on my phone of me with my Nokia at the mirror.
Was it the square one?
Yeah, the small
I had that one. Bro,
the small one. I'm just like, you know what I mean, with my pouch. And bro,
man, that is fun.
but I didn't know we were going to perform in front of the Queen. It was that one, the BBC, and it was on BBC. I had no idea. And the nerves got to me, bro. Because you see how Royal Albert Hall is, yeah? The and like your sound is like, it's mad. So they're like, cool, we're on stage in like 2 minutes. And then you see this red thing that you're about to, you know, bro, my heart. Because I'm the audience and it's like, wow, just like, oh my days.
Packed house as well.
Bro, it was packed. The Queen was on this side. I'll never forget. And then I remember I played my heart out, but I was scared, bro. And it's funny, all I had in my head, because I'm an overthinker as well. And once I go in that overthinking mode, I start going in a spiral. And I remember saying to myself, I didn't come here to fail.
This is it.
Yeah, I didn't come here to fail. And I didn't know how big it was, you know? And so I did it. After I came on stage, I was like, I definitely want to do this. That was a moment for me. And imagine that though, years after, 2019, I came back to Royal Albert Hall, made history of Kano.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Snap.
Yeah. Mad, isn't it?
Full circle moment.
Circle moment, bro.
So just from that moment.
That was then.
But you know what? Sometimes it just takes a moment though, isn't it? It just takes one moment to be like, okay, I can actually do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is special. So
yeah,
I want to get into something because I want to go into how we met.
Yes, please.
So what was so funny is we were talking on Facebook. Facebook had just been out about maybe a year, 2 years maybe, or I may have come on it late. It might have been out longer.
Yeah.
And we're just having just a normal, casual conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you were really encouraging me. You know what I mean? It's like, oh my gosh, you're sick, man. And this is the time I not long posted my video with me and Josh. And
still legendary, man.
That was a bit of a legendary video. So it's a lot. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot. And you were like, oh no, man, you're so sick.
Yeah.
And then I had my first day at South Thames College. It was my first day.
Yeah.
And I was in the room.
Yeah.
And then you walked past and you goes, yeah. I'll never forget it. You look like you.
I know that face.
You. And you know what? It's always good to be nice to people. You know? So imagine if I was an idiot.
Yeah.
Or whatever, or ignored you and whatever.
Yeah.
That would have been very awkward. That would have been very awkward.
To find out we're going to be in the same class.
Yes, and the same class. That's why it's good to be nice to people. Right. You just never know.
You
never know. So imagine if I was an idiot.
Trust me.
It would not have looked good.
Trust me.
And then we were in the same class. And I think that was, in terms of like my years on earth, college days.
The best moment ever, bro.
Best moment.
My best experience of education, period.
100%. 100%. We're going to get into that.
Yeah.
So, I know you were, you come from one of the most recognizable churches in the world.
Correct.
It was Christ Embassy.
Correct.
And with his meetings, It ain't no 50, 60 people. More like 50,000, 60,000 people. So I want to ask, how was your journey in Christ Embassy, and what was it like growing up in such a big organization and obviously having the opportunity to play for like artists like Sinach? Because and the reason why I mentioned college is for a little bit is because obviously a lot of the people in our class were from a church background.
Of course, yeah.
And I noticed there were some songs, the most baited songs you didn't know.
Yeah.
You were like, what's this like?
Yeah.
You joke about how great is our God?
Yeah.
Bro.
I'm sorry, guys.
No, it's all good. But then obviously you were saying that from your organization, you guys write your own, your own music, which is good. And I do encourage for more churches to write their own music. And I think it's good.
Yeah.
So, but I know that played a big part in your drumming. So explain for me, how was that experience like growing up in a big organization where you're in front of cameras, you're in front of 50, 60,000 people playing arenas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember I was doing it. Until you're talking to me now, and even when we have our personal conversations, it really did hit me that I realized that, right, I was really the youngest guy around our circle that was doing arenas, but it didn't hit me.
Oh, snap.
But, well, yeah, it hit me to be like, I was so young, and to have opportunities to play in all the arenas that a lot of people are now playing at before things were popping off the way it is now was like, wow. Like, honestly, I'm very grateful for Christ Embassy. They really shaped me to who I am today. Like, it's scary, bro. 'Cause remember, I'm young. Yeah. I started playing for Sinach when I was like, 14? 15?
Are you in secondary school at that time?
Yeah, well, at that time. Like,
this was before Waymaker, isn't it?
Imagine this, like, quick story, like, even the song that everybody sings now, like, you do what? You do mighty things, you do, you're a grateful God. Awesome is your name, that song. She didn't really kind of finish that song, but we were doing O2 Arena Night of Bliss. Yeah. And she kind of just wanted to perform that. Well, sorry, not perform, minister that. Minister, yeah. And they weren't actual like parts of the drums yet. And I remember she got all the top drummers that would have been the top drummers for Christ Embassy. Because I was dealing with a lot of I would say insecurities, if I'll be honest, and confidence. You know what I'm trying to say? And like, they were going through so many drummers, and the way they were getting kicked off was so emotional, bro. It was, oh my God, it was just like, yeah, off. And you know, Nigerian, oh yeah, will you get off that? You know what I'm saying? But and every time drummers were coming off, bro, in my heart, I was just like,
bro, was it just one by one?
Bro, no one was getting it, bro. No, it was my choir leader who I love. She's like my second mom. She's like, listen, you have always been the one. Just go. And I'm like, I don't know if I can.
So honey, it was an audition for this song.
Whoever can play it will do the song live. But I didn't know she was actually on the verge of actually writing it to actually put it on the album.
Oh.
So I now have jumped on. Thank you, God. It was what she wanted. And it was from then, my God, I started to do all of the stuff. So Christ Embassy honestly has really, really shaped me to do these things. Because again, going back to, I always like to bring the side where like, it wasn't all like roses and all that, you know what I mean? I did my first arena at EXO Arena. That was for CRC, 2006. And
what's CRC?
CRC is like I would say like a big program.
Oh, okay.
For Pastor Chris at the time.
Okay, yeah.
Bro, again, same thing, confidence. I lacked confidence. I just wasn't really playing a part, like, do you know what I mean? And I just got scared. But all the time, because they saw that I weren't really that, they just thought I weren't really good, innit? So I was just like, cool, I don't mind. But it was like, yeah, don't worry. Like, maybe you do one praise and worship song. Bro, I remember when I finally got that time in that arena, bro. Imagine, you know how it is, like, this is in front of millions of people, bro. As soon as he got to the chorus, it was like, bro. Yeah.
Wait, in front of it?
Yeah. You know, Nigerians don't play, bro. The elders don't play. They told me to come off. That was my humbling wake-up point to be like, this will never happen again, respectfully. But that was a great wake-up call for me. Then obviously now be Sinach's main, or Pastor Chris's main stemmed from that time. So I needed to be embarrassed to be elevated.
And the thing is, I was speaking to Michael.
Yeah.
You can check that episode.
You can.
Well, you can check that episode like, if you haven't checked it out already.
Yeah.
And we were talking about like some of the most like embarrassing moments.
Yeah.
And we were just saying that it can either make you or break you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's either you're going to give up and say, you know what, maybe this isn't for me.
Yeah.
Or you're going to put your big boy pants on and say, you know what, okay, cool. Let's just move on. This ain't going to happen again. And just work.
Trust
you know what I mean? And I think some of us have all had like some embarrassing moments or moments where it's like, oh my gosh, I'm getting humbled.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, that ain't gonna happen again. It just makes you work.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes, if you get too comfortable and everyone's saying, oh, you're so good, oh, you're so mate, oh my God. And if we, I'm the man.
Yeah.
And then you get a moment and you realize, oh, wait, hold on a minute.
It's funny you say that.
Wait a minute.
Let's take it back to college now, bro. All of them uncles, I forgive you. All of them uncles that lied to me and said, oh, you are amazing, till I met Tones in college. And then you came. I said, brother. Remember, I was like, I'm going back to play.
No, but then this is what I want to get into as well. Because thing is, people see you now and they see how you play now. I'm grateful that I was able to see the process, because what some of you don't know or what you didn't see, which I was able to see, I'm privileged and honored to see, is your work ethic.
Oh man.
And this is what people don't talk about this. People like, they see, oh my gosh, Junior's got the chops. He's flicking the sticks. He's doing the, he's doing a backflip and then the one, all the symbols. Like, you know what I mean? People see all of that, but they realize the work ethic behind the scene.
Yeah.
What used to happen is we said, oh yeah, we'll be at Livewire.
Yeah, brother.
There's a studio in Streatham. It's not there anymore. They knocked it down and built
Iceland now, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Iceland.
Tesco's.
I think it's Tesco.
Tesco's now. Yeah.
Oh, Tesco, what Iceland?
Yeah.
And we're like, we're gonna go down to the park and chill.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm off to practice. Like, come and chill. Nah, I need to go and practice. Nah, I'm way behind.
Yeah.
And all the time, every week, after we've been shedding in the room, not listening to the teachers, it's like, no, I need to practice, man. No, you're not good. I need to practice.
Yeah.
And then week by week, you just got better and better and better.
Yeah.
But it was your work ethic, because you were like, hold on, no, I need to work. Like, I'm seeing tons of seeing stuff, and and obviously, again, I know you might have felt a bit left out because there was like some songs that you didn't know. Yeah, you didn't know about Doobie Powell. You didn't know some of the bait.
I didn't know drummers that most drummers you were telling me to go and watch back there. I didn't know anyone.
Yeah. But again, we were still learning who drummers was as well. You know what I mean? Because it was all a learning for us. We were still learning, and again, I think social media at that time was
just Facebook.
It was just Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't think Instagram was.
That came later.
Came a little bit later.
It was just Facebook, bro.
I think it was just Facebook.
Thank God for you. And this is not because this is your podcast. I also want to send flowers to my boy. Do you know why? Because this guy encouraged me since day one. Yeah. And I feel like if I didn't meet you, Toned, Stefan, Jermaine, Matthew Allen, Nathaniel Forbes, I swear to you, I would not be where I am today. So I always want to make sure the man them know. Without you, man, there's no me. No. I swear to you, bro. This ain't me trying to be humble and like.
No, but I'll say this as well. I think it all helped each other.
Yeah.
Even Nat, shout out to Nat Forbes.
Yeah, facts.
Like, he was the one, because you know me, bro. Yeah. I was chopsy. Like, soon as the first part,
we called him Jackie Chan in college.
Bro, I love the chops.
Yeah, man.
And then Nat was just like, no, you got good chops, yeah?
Yeah.
But you at the end, this is what you do, bro.
Yeah.
Like, play the song, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, play a bucket.
Yeah.
And then when it gets to the end, just go for it.
Go for it.
And I'm like, that's a good idea. And then I was like, oh, let me do that. Let me just start playing the music.
Yeah.
And then, but I think for me, I was like, I want to press you guys first.
Yeah.
I want to like impress. Okay, soon as the song comes on, I show you like what I got, and then I realize, damn, Irie, you're arrogant. You arrogant twat, man.
You can't really say that.
No, but
Think about it. We're young.
I know, yeah.
You know what I
we're
mean?
17.
Yeah, we're young.
And obviously, I'm still learning chops.
Yeah.
Still, again, I've said it before. That I went to be Tony Oyster. I'm learning all these chops and all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I didn't have heard that from Nat, probably wouldn't know how to play music properly.
Yeah.
It was only from that advice. It always stuck to me. And like, oh snap.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really hear it from teachers, but
I mean, Darren,
yeah.
at times, like, he would tell us. So
But I mean, but in terms of just playing like the music,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Of course, all the theory and
Yeah.
and all of that, how to set up a mixer, all of that, is all important. It's all key.
Yeah.
Listen to your teachers. Do listen to your teachers?
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm saying in terms of like in the setting that I wanted to be in and playing music, I was like, oh my gosh, it was coming from everyone.
Yeah.
Jermaine had all these tunes, all the Doobie Powell tunes.
Jermaine
and all
was
the
a guy.
Yeah, he had all the
my
tunes.
God, Jermaine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So learning stuff from him, learning stuff from you, trying, you know what I mean? Like what we had that was really special. Yeah,
I think that's what made our foundation. Because before music, we had each other. Yeah. So that's one thing I can flaunt about. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like I said, I think what's not talked about with you is just your work ethic. And I do encourage people just go and practice.
Yeah.
It's a sacrifice. I know you wanted to jam and be with Angel Spirit, the man them, but it was just like, no, you lot are at this level. You guys have practiced.
Yeah.
You're at this level.
Yeah.
I'm not at this level yet.
Yeah.
I need to go and practice.
keep up.
You know what I mean? And so it was a sacrifice. You know what I mean? And I think to be great and to do anything good, it does take sacrifice.
Which a lot of
so
people
people think that it just falls on your lap. No, you need to go home on that train.
Yeah.
Go home.
Yeah.
Go and practice.
Yeah. And even when you don't feel like it, bro. People think
don't feel
people
like-
be like, oh yeah, motivation. Cool. When that dies, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Bro, there's times when I left you lot, I didn't feel like practicing. Bro, I had no drums then. I had no drums. I had drums years after my parents bought me the drums.
Oh wow.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? Bro, I swear to you, every time, and you lot knew me for this. I'll bring up my phone and record you lot.
Yeah.
I will watch it.
Yeah.
Like,
He would. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll be this, but anyway.
Yeah, no, that's the point. Because sometimes, like, you go in the practice room and it's just like, I feel blank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, what should I do? You do get those moments where, what's it called? Right, you got that writer's block. I call it drummer's block.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but obviously there's a lot of things that you can work on, but you just have those moments where it's, what do I work on? But my next question is, have you always been doing music, like in terms of like full-time music, or did you work anywhere else?
Ooh.
And then
To be honest, bro.
Yeah, man.
So there was a point after college, because it was mad. I was kind of busy in college, which was weird, isn't it? I was busy doing like programs and whatnot, and then I feel like after college, things just went quiet, bro. Nothing was going on, bro. And shout out to Tony, innit? I remember we were on the phone, and I was like, "Bro, what's going on? What's really happening here?" And I was like, "Are we really gonna have to sign up for job seekers allowance, bro?" Nothing was coming in, and these times my parents were like, "You need to go and get a job. You need to go and get a job. Go and find something." And that used to get me angry, bro, because I'm like, I have something that can pay me, and I can be happy. But just like, where's it gonna come from? And remember, like, I only had you, man. So, and you, man, would tell me about certain drummers that's made it and they're doing their thing. But I didn't know them like that. So my inspiration mainly came for you, man. But so I always believed that, like something will happen. So eventually, just to stop the little fights and little arguments we had with my parents, finally signed up to the job seekers allowance.
Yep.
And then I worked in, finally, the job center got me flipping. I was working at Poundland. But no.
If you are looking for a dynamic duo, quartet, or a full live band for your event, or if you are an artist and need musicians, then please contact us on www.musiciansforyou.co.uk.
Worked at the Poundland, bro. Every time I clocked in, I was so vexed. Management, like the manager was lovely to me though, but the staffs weren't. I'm just like, you're lucky.
I should bang in your face.
Bro, you know? You know what I mean? But yeah. But then there was one other staff that was really lovely, and then it was like, she was always being like, oh, how long have you been drumming for? I'm like, since I was a kid and whatnot. And she's always been like, don't worry, you won't be here forever. That used to help me, like, do you know what I mean? Job seekers, the job centre took the mick though. So.
Of course they did.
Bro, imagine I worked at a Poundland, didn't get no pay. I only got travel.
What, at Poundland?
Yeah. But the job centre didn't tell me that that's what they were going to do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, bro, I was vexed. But then this is what happened now, yeah? I remember 2 days before this happened, yeah? I remember saying I went in the toilet just because I think something happened and I got vexed in it because I was stacking all that shows and all that. I just had this prayer in my heart. And I was just like, one day I'm going to get a phone call and this will be my last day. A few days after, got a phone call. It was done. But hear this now. I was busy, then it was stagnant again. You know what I mean? But there was something in my spirit that kept on telling me that the delay is for a reason.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to build your character.
I was literally going to say, do you think it was for character?
Yeah. Because I would lose my temper, or like if I feel disrespected, I'm just like, you know what I mean? But it takes me a lot for me to lose my temper, but it's just more of like, I don't like disrespect. I'm an African man, what do you expect? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But at the same time, honestly to God, it really, really humbled me and helped my character. Do you know why? Because at the time where I was fighting for, I'm gonna be real, I was fighting for what I loved. And that's why my parents, and I love them dearly, they'd respected me for that. Because I was willing to fight, even if they didn't understand. And it's okay for people to not understand where you're going.
Of course.
You have to have that, just with chest. I believe where I'm going, and if you don't see it now, I see it. It's gonna come, you know?
Yeah.
And God is good, it came. And what I was doing at the time, even when things weren't really like I wasn't getting as much money at the time, when young people, or maybe even people now, will be like, oh, what did you do to help with, especially if the parents don't see what you're doing. And say, bro, the little money you get, help towards a bill or something, like the light, electricity.
Yeah.
So they can see that you're building responsibility. And that's when I knew that God was teaching me something. Responsibility.
Come on.
So even the little £50 I got, oh, this is £20 for the light, £20 for the gas. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I felt like God was teaching me how to be responsible. And cool, I'm angry. How do I now put the anger into a positive thing and don't let my feelings or emotion get the better of me? Because the old me would have been like, who do you think are you?
Yeah, you mad.
You see, cool. So you know what I'm trying to say? So,
yeah.
But I feel like where I am today it makes so much sense. Because sometimes you be in a storm, you be like, why am I going through this? And then when you get to this destination, like, I get it, thank you.
I get it.
Yeah.
So my question is, when did you know, okay, I can do this thing full time? Like, I don't never need to work in a Poundland or anything. Was there a particular gig or a tour or a conversation where, because I'm hearing what you have been saying.
Yeah.
Where you're like, nah, I need to get that phone call. But when was that moment that was like, okay, I don't think I have to do retail again. I don't have to do no 9 to 5. I can actually do this thing proper.
Like. Yeah. Do you know what's funny? A lot of people don't know this, but my first break, so this ties into what you're saying. How I knew was my first break in music profession properly now, was did a rock indie gig.
Rock indie?
That was my first introduction of like, playing drums and just moving about different places. It took me out the ends. Wow. Yeah, rock indie, bro. That was my first, before the grime and the rap and...
Yeah.
That's when I knew. I said, oh, Oh,
Change your life.
okay, cool. I'm with it.
And then from there, just open doors.
Yeah. And I realized that there's a gift within word of mouth. Cool, we need social media, don't get me wrong, or we need what's the modern time, wherever it is, but there's a powerful thing with word of mouth.
And again, that ties into character.
There we go. Being a nice person, here we go. There we go. Because me and you both know where we come from, it's that you can be talented all you want, yeah, but you'd only be remembered about your talent for maybe about a few percentage. But really and truly, when you leave the surface, mainly about the first feeling they got when they first encountered you, bro. Till this day, even with the old band I used to be with, they still talk about me.
You know what?
That's legacy right there.
It's true. Tying into what you're saying is very off topic.
Yeah.
But I was on Instagram today.
Yeah.
And there was this pastor who passed away, I think today.
Yeah.
And he's known as the cussing pastor. Everyone goes, oh man, the cussing pastor, oh, R.I.P. And I'm thinking, hold on. They know him as the cussing pastor, but not one comment was like, oh man, you know, the way how we preached. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're known now. Yeah. You've passed away as the cussing pastor.
Yeah.
So tying into what you're saying, it's like, in terms of like your character being known as someone who was nice. Yeah. You're known as a cussing pastor. You should be known as, oh, this was a nice person. This was someone that spoke life into me. This is someone, you know what I mean? You're known now as someone that does negative things. Yeah. You know what I mean? What you're saying is, be nice. Cool person. You know what I mean? And make sure you have a good reputation.
But remember, bro, like the biggest flex that you can really have is like the impact you've had on people, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, even, and I don't like this whole attention nonsense in it. Like, I just enjoy whatever it is in it. But I swear, sometimes like when you get certain messages or certain like when someone talks to you, it's like, raw. That's crazy. Do you know what I mean? That means a lot more than someone giving me money. Like, of course, I need money in it.
Of course.
But that means a lot more than the materialistic things that we may want.
Yeah, I mean, of course. So with that gig that you were talking about, was that your first professional?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it kind of just went on, and then it went quiet, and then kind of just went on. But then now, doing that rock indie gig, it taught me how to be sociable, because I weren't really sociable. Because it's either, if I'm not with the man, then, oh, right, I get you. Yeah. Even talking to people was a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Especially if they did learn them.
Yeah. And a lot of people, I get it, because a lot of people may be fooled by my personality. I'm still me, but deep down, I'm actually an introverted guy. I like to be at home. I have my moments. And I know what you're about to say. but really, like, I don't like to be around. Like,
I hear that.
Do you know what I mean? It's all weird, bro. Like, it's just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I hear you. Now, I want to get into a question here, yeah? Because with this podcast, we just want to be real and honest.
Yeah.
So, in your professional career, how long have you been doing this now? Maybe. Oh, wow. All right. My question is, has there been any challenges that you've faced since you've been doing this professionally, and how did you overcome it?
This is all here. Like I said, I'm here to be transparent. I'm still going through stuff right now, but I am grateful that I have the strength to smile through what it is. I think the biggest challenge for me when I was like doing music was imagine the best highlight of my year, 2019, I did Jules Holland with Kojey Radical. Then I did the Making History with Kano.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, my year's done. I'm good. Yeah. My health was under attack. And I just remember waking up in the morning and I couldn't get up. And I'm just like, what's happening here? And I'm not really a person that gets shook like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? But that was scary. Then it went from not being able to get up till like my legs felt like it was paralyzed. Like I just couldn't. Yeah. Then it got worse. During that time, man couldn't walk or bedbound. And you know how I'm stubborn, like, yeah, I'm not going to hospital. Thank God for one of my close peoples was like, you have to go to the hospital, Hannah, otherwise this could turn into something, bro. And yeah, it was quite serious. If I didn't, it would have been bad. I probably might not even be talking to you. Jeez. Yeah, man. I've even shared that much of it, actually. So that was the toughest one, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the toughest one.
So was you out for a while then?
Yeah, I couldn't perform, bro. The gig that the gig that everybody saw me back from was me playing with Esso in February before lockdown happened. Bro, when I say to you, I was in so much pain, and I don't like tablets. So I'm in rehearsals like this, like, do you know what I mean? And I did the live album show. Bro, anyone that was there would tell you.
Was that the one at Coco?
No, that was in just Joller's church. Shout out Joller. I can't remember the name of it, but it was in Drumstead. Nice, massive church. Really cool. Bro, after the gig, I just collapsed.
What?
Yeah, just...
You didn't tell me that.
Yeah, just... But not to say I passed out, but like, I just couldn't... I was in pain, bro. For a shout out to Amy, she's a lovely, lovely woman, man. And she really had my back. She drove me back to my sister's. So I've got too many to share, but like that was the worst, to physically know that you can't do anything. That's when I knew that, yeah, I have no right to complain, or like when something like this happens to you, yeah, you would now be so thankful for the small things. Like, thank you, for that to happen to me, bro. You know? And then maybe the second one, because you actually came to this show, the Kojey Radical show in Coco. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think I told you, but maybe if you don't remember, then you'll be surprised. Again, this is something that we're sharing, but I was hella depressed, bro. I was really depressed, bro.
But people may say, hold on. Kojey at this time, obviously, he's kind of made a name for himself.
Yeah.
You're going around, you're doing gigs. So from the outside, you're just like, hold on. Depressed, like you're doing a gig, like you know what I mean, you're at Coco and there's some people at home. So if you don't mind me asking, why was you depressed? Because from the outside it looks like, hold on, you're doing something that you love. Why are you depressed?
Yeah, facts. But hear this though, like you know what's sad? I didn't even know I was depressed till I did the Manchester show.
Was that after?
This was before the London show.
Okay.
So someone close to me, which is mad. A lot of people can't read me. I can read everybody, but a lot of people can't read me, yeah? But this woman here clocked me. You know what happened? Came off stage, everybody's hyped. I'm obviously hyped. I'm like, rah, man did whatever. Funny enough though, to even make this even the way it is now, like Kojey was depressed as well. We were all going through stuff, but he was depressed as well. So we just had this special bond in it on tour. But I came off stage, yeah. She hugged me. She's like, "Are you right? Don't lie to me." Looking in my eyes. A lot of women can't even do that, or like, do you know what I mean? And she's like, "You're not okay." So like, she took me outside. Bruv, I got shook because no one has been able to read me. Because I'm on tour, bro.
Yeah.
And every gig I've been on with my whole life, I depend on you, man. Your energy, like you just got something in you that you just make the whole run. I'm just like, this is pressure already. Like I'm not even on stage yet, bro. And I'm just getting pressure like that. Because I'm some sort of, I don't know what to call it.
Everyone just relies on your energy, your spirit. Yeah.
But I felt like I was doing well. Then I got C.
Wow.
I told Tones, and I probably told you lot like later, but I'm the type of guy that I'll go through stuff and just won't say anything.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, those are... It's
good to talk to someone.
Good, no, facts. And yeah, when you came to the show, I think it hits more because I was so happy you came. And if I'd be honest, if you didn't, and even the amount of love that you showed me before going on stage, I probably might have probably not mess up the gig, but I just wasn't there, bro.
This wasn't there mentally.
I wasn't there mentally, bro. And I prayed 3 times and I just felt...
That's important to have your people there, though. Yeah, I mean, for support.
Yeah.
You just don't know what people are going through. You know what I mean? You just don't know. So if you can pull up on your friends and support them, support your friends, man. Support your people.
And genuinely do it.
Generally do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Not to get a gig out of it or something. Like,
That's
this
me.
generally comes just to show your support. Because you just don't know.
Yeah, man. So, love you, man.
Nah, man. Come on. Love you too, man. Man.
Come on.
So, I'm curious to know,
Yeah.
if you wasn't drumming, what would you be doing? But you're so good at drums and you're so good at doing other stuff.
I am.
What would you be doing if you wasn't doing drums? I'm curious to know. What would you be doing?
I think it's a shock for you.
Go on.
I used to do computer stuff. I like computers. I'll probably be like a computer analyst or something.
See, I didn't learn this.
Yeah, I'm into computers, bro. Or that, or if not that, then I don't know, man. Animals, I love animals. Weird. From Brixton, doesn't make sense.
Apart from dogs.
Yeah, I'm trying to say, but yeah, it's weird, bro. I love animals, and then maybe thirdly, no, I'm gonna be honest with you. Thirdly, I don't think I'll be alive because too much stuff happened to me, man. It's only God, bro. So
Yeah, music really did.
yeah, it's not a joke.
Yeah,
And again, you know, but grateful.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
So, what's your dream gig? If you had a dream gig, dog, what would your dream gig be, man?
Dead or alive?
Did all that.
How many?
Give me one. Oh, dog, bro.
Why would you do this? Did you not break the walls a little bit?
2.
All
right.
I'm sorry.
This guy.
All right, cool.
2.
Oh, Michael Jackson. Definitely. And dream gig. Prince.
Oh, that is a good combo.
Yeah. And I have too many, but those two.
Yeah. What's the next 5 years looking like for you? What are some of the things that you want to?
I love this question.
Accomplish and do?
Honestly to God, I just want to be happy. Joy all the way, bruv.
Yeah.
I just want to be happy, bro. I feel like I'm getting there. I just want to be happy and genuinely mean it.
Yeah.
And just grow, self-improve all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just praying to God that one day God will bless me so I can look after my loved ones, especially you lot. That's really, I swear to you, those are the things that will make me happy in a few years. By working towards it, small things happening here and there, that's away from music. So
yeah, you're gonna say what? Right? Would it be? Do you still want to be involved in music, or is there stuff like outside of music that you want to do? Want to get into more? Maybe musical directing, or maybe get into bandaging, or is there anything?
I've done the old MD stuff, but I just quietly do it. I don't know. I just feel like there's just so much more to me than just drums, bro.
Yeah, this is it.
And I hate to be this person that just likes to be what's the word? When you're
contained.
Yeah, like why?
This is again.
Do you know what it is?
This is what this podcast is about. Yes, I know it's a drum podcast, but what I always share is that there's more to us than just
bro.
drumming. Yeah, I mean.
And you're a living example of this, bro. You know that? No, facts.
I'm trying to.
No, you're not trying to do it. As us Nigerian people will say, you are doing it, bro. And that's facts because, bro, like, we are blessed to do music and to play drums and whatnot. But, bro, like, before we even like discover drumming or whatever instrument you play or whatever job you're doing, that it's your dream job, yeah? God has already instilled something in you before you found that. Not to make this all preachy, but this is the facts, bro.
No?
Do you know what I'm saying? So there is something in you that you must also bring out, because there was a period of my life, bro, even with all the success you've mentioned, thank God, I still felt empty. You know?
Bro.
And I was dealing with that for a long time. And it was until when I think, you know, when you have those like thoughts in your head of like, no, it wasn't even a thought. I was on a tour bus and I couldn't sleep. And I had this mad dream. And bro, it felt like God was talking to me like, what are you doing with the stuff I've given you? And it's not just music. That's when that I was like, whoa. I was like, oh. But then, obviously, me being me, I kind of talk to God differently. Like, yeah, but you're going to leave me like this? You're not going to tell man now? Okay, cool.
What is it?
What is it? I'm still searching. But I know like there's a lot more to me than music and drums. And I'm gifted in other things. But I'm trying to sharpen my sword.
Trying to see what it is. Because there's so much.
Yeah, I guess.
There is. Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, I've mentioned it before.
Yeah.
There is more to you than just drumming.
Yeah, man.
Drumming should just be a part of it.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
God's given us so much abilities.
Yeah.
Some we may not even recognize now.
I'm dealing with that.
Even this podcast, if you ask me 10 years ago,
Yeah.
yo, you're going to have a podcast, I'd be laughing. I'm like, me? Podcast? I don't really like talking like that. You know what I mean? But I was like, okay, everyone's been like, no, you need to do it, you know what I mean? I'm thinking, right, are people saying something that I never saw myself to do? You know what I mean?
Always happens, my bro.
It always happens. So for you,
Yeah.
that may happen.
You have to remember though, bro. Besides the drums, and again, cool, we're playing for whoever, we thank God. You yourself is a product. This is what a lot of people are missing. You know what I'm trying to say? Cool, we're playing for the artists, great, but you are also a product.
You're a product, yeah.
You need to market yourself in a certain way. So, for example, I already know Adam Smiley got the title, the Smiley. Shout out to you, my bro.
Yeah,
bro.
man, shout out to
You know what I'm trying to say? But like, it hit me. People would tag you or give you names that will brand you. Prime example, Adam Smiley. This guy smiles all the time. I smile all the time. Someone called me Hollywood Smiles on, you know what I mean? Or like the happiest guy, whatever. But you kind of build from that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I don't really share this, but like, for example, clothing. I love clothes. Yeah. I used to spend stupid money on like clothes, right? But now I'm just like, how do I make a smart decision of not spending so much and just try and talk to some clothing people? What's the worst that's going to happen to you, bro? You send a DM and they just open it and they've seen it. Someone's going to say yes.
No,
yeah.
or not yet.
Yeah.
Or yes.
Someone's going to say yes.
You just have to reach out.
Even when I was doing the shows, like for example, the Kojey Radical stuff, like he was sponsored by like Adidas or like the Dr. Man's. I'll just talk to them. Not even a vibe of like, what can you give me? Just building.
Yeah.
Everything starts with a relationship.
Relationships.
You know what I'm trying to say? So understand that. It's not, don't be so caught up of like, oh yeah, man's just the drummer. Like, no, you're not.
I like that you are a product.
You're a product, bro.
That is, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's true.
Yeah, man.
That is so true. You are definitely.
Let's change that narrative, man.
Yeah.
This whole drums is great, but it's more.
You are more there, man. Instrument.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got a deep question.
Okay.
For you. All right. If you could talk to a 16-year-old junior now, what would you say to that 16-year-old junior who's probably in secondary school at the moment, who's kind of torn between the road life and doing music, misunderstood?
Yeah.
What would you tell a 16-year-old junior? Because there's a junior out there with his South London, North London, it's somewhere in the UK. This is going to be worldwide. This is going to be a worldwide podcast. There's somewhere around the world
sure.
who was like how you used to be.
Yeah.
What would you tell a 16-year-old junior?
I would tell the 16-year-old junior that it's okay to be yourself. And be willing to actually just understand that you're not going to be liked because you made that decision.
Can't please everyone.
You can't please everybody. And people will laugh at you for now, but then copy you later. You know what I'm trying to say? And I will tell him to be patient with himself.
Or her. Yeah.
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 Great things take time. Have faith. Have the right people around you. Because who you have around you would literally show your future. And it's not everyone you can take with you, sadly, into your new blessings. Remember, in order for your new blessing to come, you must get rid of the old stuff.
Yeah, this is it.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? You can't bring the old things into the new things. It just doesn't work.
That's it.
So that's why I will tell him. And character is everything. Character is everything. You know? Don't use people for the sake of using people.
Yeah.
Preach. Be honest. Yeah. And I think that's it, though. Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. So what stuff are you working on now? What stuff are you working on now? What projects are you working on now?
Well, to be fair, I've been filming. Am I allowed to say it now because I've done it? Or I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm still contracted. I've been filming, been doing some television stuff.
Yes.
I can mention it maybe later or something. Or I was just doing UEFA Cup stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's about. Yeah, it's kind of mad. That's my first actual proper
Yeah.
thing, which is great. Bashi.
Yes.
Big shout out to you, bro. I love you, bro.
Yeah, man.
Doing that. Can't really remember. Connor Maynard and Bennett are coming back together at some point. They're going to be doing a tour.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So.
Oh, you know I'm there, man.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I can't really remember everything. There's a lot to remember, but yeah, just a few things here and there.
Yeah.
And then trying to work on myself as well. I'm trying to find ways to build what I'm trying to build as well.
Building your own product? Or
So, yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
That's it. Man, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, we are moving on to a segment of the show.
Oh,
right.
Let me have another drink.
Yes. So I want you to name me 5 CDs or DVDs. Yeah. One has to be drum related. Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
So the rest could be CDs, DVDs that you may have listened to when you were growing up. Could be from church, but one has to be drum related. The rest doesn't.
Okay.
Or if you want them all to be drum related, up to you. But just one, at least one has to be drum related.
There was one that I mistakenly found on YouTube, and it was Vinny. It was
it from the Hudson?
I think so, and he was playing this weird time signature, bro.
It was the white kid. That was my
God, bro. Bro.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this? And then these times I didn't know what like the notes and all these terminologies and stuff. When I went, bro, the flam stuff, I was like, yo. And he's doing all these things with one pedal, bro.
Yeah.
So that I still play it till now. Okay, cool. CDs, yeah?
CDs or DVDs? Or VHS tapes?
Michael Jackson for sure. Bad Tour, Dangerous Tour, History Tour. I got all of them.
3.
One more.
5.
5.
Oh, well. Well, if you could,
you're right. Yeah. Cool. So one more in it. Damn.
Okay, I will include Michael Jackson as 1.
Okay, yeah, you could.
All right. And then, so 3 more, if you're including the Vinny one. That's from the Hudson DVD.
The Aaron Spears video, the Hudson video, DVD.
Yeah. Amazing. I love you, bro. Yeah, man. Even saying that just hurts. Love.
Yeah. Wow. Sorry, that just put me in a place. And then one more.
2 more.
2 more. Oh, there was one I actually used to watch a lot. Actually, it was Janet Jackson. Slaves to the Rim tour or something. I can't remember. But I used to watch that a lot when I was a kid. This was like time ago. This was like then and
Was this when Brian Fraser was playing, or was it when Little John Roberts?
maybe it was him. But I didn't know. Maybe it was him. It's like I think he was wearing glasses or something.
John Roberts?
Yeah,
Oh, John Roberts.
I didn't know the name back then.
John
but
Roberts,
yeah,
yeah.
bruv, kill it. That was one. One more, right?
One more.
And then Phil Collins. So,
Which one?
it was his tour. It was his North American tour.
Is this the one where he's got Ron Canadi's drummer on it?
No, Ricky Lawson was doing it.
Oh, I didn't.
Ricky Lawson played for everybody, bro. Like he's God.
Because I saw a Phil Collins and DVD and it had Ron Canadi's drummer on it.
Really?
I forgot his name.
Was it? Was it on the outside?
It was in the arena.
That probably might have been.
It was Ron Canadi's drummer, brown skin guy, very slim. I'm about to say Margot, slim guy, and Phil Collins. But I didn't know Ricky Lawson.
Yeah. Even the whole Whitney, I could have mentioned Whitney as well. I watched Whitney Houston stuff as well because Ricky Lawson was doing it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
All right, we have come to a special segment of this show.
Yeah.
I'm letting you guys know this is just a game. All right. So, Junior, I've got a list of artists, random artists. I don't know who's gonna get picked.
Okay. Yeah.
Only rule to this game,
Yeah.
you have to pick a UK drummer. Yeah?
Okay.
Now, if the artist I pick just so happens to be from the UK and there's a UK drummer on there and you want to keep them on there,
Yeah.
you can.
Okay.
Yeah? Only rule to this game is it must be a UK drummer. All right?
Okay.
So I've got a wheel generator. I don't know who's going to be picked.
Let's
yeah.
go.
So I'm going to be surprised as much as you want.
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay?
I'm ready.
Okay. What UK drummer is going to play for Justin Timberlake?
Oh.
UK drummer. What UK drummer is playing for Justin Timberlake?
Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Justin Timberlake.
UK drummer.
My brain.
He's playing Senorita good. He's gonna. Oh my God, my brain. UK drummer.
Jermaine White.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Luther Vandross.
Oh my days.
What UK drummer is playing for Luther Vandross? Luther Vandross.
Julian Brown?
That makes so much sense. That makes. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're gonna know this artist.
Okay.
Tina Marie.
Yeah, I do. Because she has a song with Rick James, right?
Oh.
I know my music.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He's
But I
playing
put on there-
Square Biz.
Isaac.
Yes.
Isaac.
Yeah.
For sure.
That makes sense.
For sure.
All right. Two more.
Okay.
Shaggy. What UK drummer is playing the first Shaggy?
Do you know what's so mad? It just came up. C.S. Serrera. Calvin.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Instantly.
All right.
Yeah.
One more.
Okay.
Okay. Nelly. What UK drummer is playing for Nelly? I know this is random.
That is random. And I'm going back to all of his old stuff as well.
UK drummer for Nelly.
He's playing hot in here. He's gonna bad out that tune.
Tones.
I don't know. I just literally, when you said that, and do you remember the song I'm Number One by Nelly?
You have to sing it for me.
Oh, I can't really remember the lyrics, but the reason why I chose tones is because it's just the placements of how he's, yes, it'll be long.
That'd be long.
Yeah. it'll be long.
Yeah, I know.
So she had more, man. I could have added some more people in there, but you know, it's still good.
What, you want more?
Yeah, why not?
I've never done this.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna do one more.
One more. One more.
I haven't done this. All right. Let's do one more.
Let's go.
All right. Who am I gonna pick? Okay. New edition.
Oh.
He's got the 80s, 90s pocket. New edition. Who's got that pocket, that placement? Who's playing Mr. Telephone Man? Who's playing that?
I did ask for one more, so I can't even. You know what? Josh McKenzie.
Yes.
Josh McKenzie.
Yes.
Just the whole character, energy, like, yeah, Josh McKenzie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah. Man, I just want to say a big thank you to you, man. It's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've always just really admired your work ethic.
Oh, thank you.
You've worked hard. When people, like, you know the saying? Hard work pays off.
Facts.
This is an example. And I'm so honored and thankful to God that I was able to see that, because that really motivated me as well, because I was getting way too comfortable in him. And I saw, wait, he's getting better and better. I was like, no, mate, you better go and practice, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and just to see the amount of doors that's been opened to you. Like, I remember you came play a praise break. Like, I was struggling, bro.
Bro, there's a video out there, by the way. You want to see the struggle? Gospel Chops UK.
Gospel Chops UK.
Bro, I would.
It's up.
Oh my God, yeah, I couldn't.
I've got the video somewhere.
It's mad.
But just just seeing your journey and just seeing how you just took the time to learn.
Yeah.
And just seeing the amount of doors that's been opened, it's just been mad. And I'm sure for you, and I hope you do have times where you reflect and just think, hold on, I was here, look how far God has brought me through. I hope you have those moments.
Sometimes I struggle though, bro. It's only quite recently I'm just like, you know what, man?
No.
God is good.
You know what?
Yeah.
There's a song that says, count your blessings and name them one by one.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you count all the blessings that